Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, and his running mate, Rigathi Gachagua, were today cleared by the IEBC to contest for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in the upcoming August general election, which means William Ruto is no longer an aspirant. He is now a presidential candidate. Raila Odinga will be submitting his papers tomorrow. But how did William Ruto manage to reach where he has reached? Because the truth of the matter is that the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga in March 2018 changed the political landscape in this country. And many people believed, especially after it became apparent that Uhuru and Ruto had fallen out, that the deputy president was not going to reach up to this point, that he was going to wear out. But as things stand today, the deputy president is ready for this particular election. In this video, I want to briefly explain to you guys how William Samoei Arap Ruto managed to outwit President Uhuru Kenyatta to remain a top presidential candidate in this country today. But before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And I want to make a request to you guys. Please give this particular video thumbs up. That's the best way you can also support the channel. I know I receive a lot of coffee occasionally from guys on this platform. The last guy who sent me the coffee, let me just get the name, is called Mburu Kamau. I want to thank you so much. I received it, and may God bless you. Now, let us get back to the main issue. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto has worked hard to reach where he has reached, politically speaking. Whether he's going to become the president of the Republic of Kenya or not is something we can't tell at now. But the truth of the matter is that William Ruto came from a very humble background. He went to the university, and he was lucky to work with the KANU headquarters. I think he was working as an intern in KANU headquarters under the department, which was headed by, I think, Professor Julio Jiambo at that time. So when the 1992 elections came, he found himself entrenched in the Youth for KANU, and he became one of the few guys who succeeded from that dreaded Youth for KANU group, which was led then by Cyrus Jirongo. William Ruto, I think, was the executive director or something like that. Then from that time, William Ruto moved very fast. In 1997, he contested for Eldoret North, which was being held by Reuben Chesire, one of the close allies of the deputy of President Uhuru Kenyatta at that time, and also a strong individual in his own capacity. He defeated Chesire. A story is told how one day William Ruto was walking in the corridors of State House and he met with Chesire. Then he slapped Chesire. So his journey has been not that easy, but he's been also very lucky, because after 1997 election, I think at some point there was a fallout within KANU and Moi and some group from Nandi. They formed UDM, if I remember. Then I remember William Ruto and Cyrus Jirongo making a comeback to KANU, and he was named an assistant minister. William Ruto became the only assistant minister in the history of the Republic of Kenya to sit in a cabinet meeting. So he was very powerful at that stage. Then when Uhuru Kenyatta contested, he played a key role in that election. Then after KANU was defeated, William Ruto then came and joined Raila Odinga in ODM. Of course, they lost, but he became a minister for agriculture. Then a fallout after that election, he supported Uhuru Kenyatta again and again in 2017. So William Ruto is today one of the top presidential candidates in this country. But majority of people had expected that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to support him. Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to support his deputy. That's now in the public domain. But how did William Ruto manage to reach where he has reached? Number one, I think William Ruto took preemptive measures. I think William Ruto, having worked with Kanu, having worked with Raila, having worked with Kibaki, having worked with Uhuru, he understood politics. So he preempted Uhuru Kenyatta's moves. When Uhuru Kenyatta entered into that handshake with Raila Odinga, the deputy president preempted their next move. That this thing here is not about the unity of the country. This thing is about 2022. So the deputy president then decided to start working on countering these gentlemen ahead of them. And that's how he was able to now go ahead and consolidate the mountain. And also William Ruto, being a preemptive politician, before the last general election, he knew that he was going to follow up with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Or maybe before the 2017 election, William Ruto knew that Uhuru was not going to support him. But he also understood that Uhuru Kenyatta desperately needed his support. So William Ruto decided that the best thing for me is to plan ahead. So while Uhuru Kenyatta was busy planning on how to form government, William Ruto was planning how to deal with Uhuru Kenyatta post that election. So in the larger Mount Kenya region, William Ruto came up with that list of people. He gave the certificates. Those whom he thought would give him problems, all of them were edged out. People like Kabando Wakabando, people like former Kiambu governor. He's made it publicly severally. William Kabogo, so many of those people. So the team which ended up winning are the same team which supported him up to this stage. So William Ruto managed to outwit Uhuru Kenyatta because he's a preemptive politician. Number two, how he did this is by locking Uhuru Kenyatta out of the mountain. Uhuru Kenyatta was a darling of the mountain. Darling. As we speak today, Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga supporters are not hoping to get 50%. They're not hoping to get 60%. They're only hoping to get between 30 and 40%. Why? Because William Ruto locked out Uhuru Kenyatta out of the mountain. And Uhuru Kenyatta failed, in my view, to reclaim the mountain from Ruto. How did William Ruto lock out Uhuru out of the mountain? William Ruto was very specific, very strategic in his message to the voters of the mountain. When they were campaigning, Uhuru made it very clear, yangu kumi, yako kumi. He made it very clear because he told them, I'll support me, I'll support you. So after that handshake, William Ruto went to the mountain. And of course, having worked with Uhuru, he knew the kind of strategies which worked for them in the mountain. Raila Odinga as a strategy, anti-Raila Odinga sentiments. So William Ruto then decided to start attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta, but indirectly. First, he began by portraying Uhuru Kenyatta as a betrayer. Then he went and appealed to their emotions that I supported this guy, but he's betraying me. Then he started launching an attacks on Raila Odinga. The objective of those attacks on Raila Odinga were not really to attack Raila Odinga. They were to attack President Uhuru Kenyatta indirectly. So the president was not able, like you see, when Uhuru told the people of the larger Mount Kenya region that Raila Odinga cannot be trusted, will destroy their businesses. What Ruto went to do is just told them, this guy, yule jama, just reminding them of what Uhuru Kenyatta used to tell them. So by doing that, he was able to draw the mountain to him. Because the truth of the matter is that the Kikuyu nation have been programmed to hate Raila Odinga for the last 15 years. So those are the truths. So William Ruto leveraged on that to ensure that he stayed right at the center of the elections. So today, William Ruto is going into this election. I know one thing is going to happen. He's not going to get the kind of the support Uhuru got in the mountain. But he's going to win in the mountain. Whether he's going to win with the 51, whether he's going to win with 60, 70, 80, is neither here nor there. The truth of the matter is that after this election, William Ruto is going to win in the mountain. And winning in the mountain would mean defeating President Uhuru Kenyatta. So his strategy, which worked for him, is locking Uhuru out of the mountain. And after locking Uhuru out of the mountain, it means now he had opportunity to now go and any other place. If Uhuru Kenyatta had managed to wrestle the mountain from William Ruto, I don't think William Ruto would have even submitted his nomination papers today. Number 3 is proper planning. You know, politics is a game. And for you to win in any game, you must plan, and you must plan real well. I want to give you the case of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta contested in 2002 and he lost. After that loss, Uhuru Kenyatta then decided that he was going to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. He started planning, and properly. Uhuru Kenyatta planned, and one of the strategy was to join Kibaki because he realized that he needed the Kikuyu support. So he supported Kibaki. Before everybody knew, Uhuru Kenyatta had formed his own political party, was very influential, very serious candidate from the mountain. That is exactly what Ruto did. As Kenyans were planning, as Uhuru was planning for 2017, as Raila was planning for 2017, William Ruto was already planning for 2022. How is he going to win? Who is he going to go with? So that proper planning is what has made William Ruto the person he is today in this country. The truth of the matter is that unlike Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto commits mistakes here and there, is impatient and the rest. But you can't take away his ability to plan. So William Ruto planned so well for this election. In fact, I was reading in the dailies today that William Ruto actually started planning for his bid in, I think, in 1997. Way there, he had started plotting because he worked with Kanu, he had accumulated enough wealth, he had won in Eldoret North. So his focus was now how to succeed Moi. So William Ruto is good at planning. Number 4, why he outwitted these guys is because of well-oiled campaign. I don't know. People say that Uhuru Kenyatta and the family are richer than Ruto. People say that the Kenyatta family are richer, Moi family are richer. People say that the Odinga family are richer. Personally, I can speak for the Odinga family. I don't think they are richer than Ruto. Ruto accumulated enough wealth in the first year of Jubilee rule. That is, you know, he was already rich. But William Ruto accumulated money for 2022 in 5 years. So that by the time Uhuru Kenyatta was planning now to stop him by removing his people who are giving money and the rest from government after the handshake, he was already contented. In fact, the truth of the matter is that at some point, most people thought that William Ruto was going to burn out because of money. That has not happened. So William Ruto has managed to campaign in this country for 5 good years. I mean, I think immediately after the last election, William Ruto has been campaigning daily. William Ruto has been campaigning daily and well-oiled. Where money is supposed to be used, William Ruto is using. Where he's supposed to use propaganda, he's been using. So the truth of the matter is that William Ruto knew the war he was headed for. He prepared for it. He accumulated for it. So his campaign has been well-oiled. There are people who are attracted to Ruto, not because of anything, because of money. I know, for example, we had so many people, because I was actively involved in ODM activities anyway. I know so many of my friends who decided to leave ODM party and go to UDA. Their main motivation at that time was that ODM hakuna pesa. Kwa Ruto kuna pesa. Sadly, most of them went and they didn't even find whatever they were looking for. But the truth of the matter is that William Ruto has managed to use his money so well to achieve his objectives. What I don't know is, assuming William Ruto will not succeed in 2022, will he still be able to spend the kind of money he spent? Maybe yes, maybe not. But I don't think there's any other politician who has the kind of money, well-oiled campaign like Ruto. Maybe Raila Odinga this time. I'm seeing Raila Odinga's billboard everywhere. In the last election, you'd only meet one, another one after 100 kilometers. But now even in town here, I can count, on your way from John Pesa's church, you see a billboard of Raila. You reach Condell, you see a billboard. You go the other side, you see a billboard. You in town, almost two. As you exit, they are everywhere. So which means Raila Odinga campaign is also likely to be well-oiled, but William Ruto is actually prepared for money, to use money in this campaign. Number 5, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta also gifted Ruto with what is commonly referred to as Jubilee failures. And I think Jubilee might have failed or Jubilee might not have failed. But William Ruto made the people, especially target the larger Mount Kenya region, he made them believe that Jubilee had failed. So by the time Uhuru Kenyatta was going to the ground to try and change the situation, the propaganda was already there. So what Uhuru failed to do was actually to communicate. He had a very poor communication team. William Ruto had a good one. William Ruto would go to a place, he would explain to them what the government has done for them, success. But again, on issues which maybe some even Uhuru could not, like COVID, he would push those to Uhuru. So Jubilee failures also helped William Samoei Ruto. And lastly, is President Uhuru Kenyatta's attitude. Uhuru Kenyatta is a very shrewd politician. But Uhuru Kenyatta also is a politician who takes his time to react. When Ruto started going to the mountain, winning hearts of members of parliament, senators, some of these MPs could not reach Uhuru Kenyatta. Initially, I was talking to some people and they were like, reaching Uhuru Kenyatta was a tough order, was a tall order for most of the MPs. Most of these MPs would have wanted a situation because you come from, say, you are a member of parliament from Nyeri and you want something from government. And your man is the president. You try to reach the man, you can't reach him. Then you hit the block there. Then you try through Ruto. He easily sorts out the issue. Then next time, what do? Another problem, you rush to Ruto. So that's how William Ruto was able to create the bond. So as Ruto was creating the bond, Uhuru was not reacting. By the time now he was trying to do this, it was already late. As we speak, Uhuru has endorsed Raila Odinga. But the truth is, he's not campaigning for Raila Odinga because opinions are divided whether Uhuru campaigning for Raila Odinga is going to hurt his campaigns or whether it's going to help his campaign. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.